Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com, and in this video I want to help you make more sales from your email list by giving you 15 email marketing best practices that you can use. These will help you, like I said, get more from your list that you already have leads with. You already have subscribers on your list, but you need more sales. These will help you get there. Okay, number one is get personal. And users actually are 22% more likely to open an email when their first name is in the subject line. So here's an example, for instance. It's from Pinterest, and it says my name in it, and then it shows the rest of it. So when you are looking through your inbox and you have all these hundreds or even thousands of emails, and you see your first name in there, you're automatically going to see that stand out. It's automatically going to pop on the page, and you're going to see it whether you decide to click on it or not. So the first step for an email is obviously to get people to see it, and then get compelled by the subject line so that they want to click it, and then you want them to take an action once they read the email. But first off, if they don't see the email at all in the first place, or if they don't notice it, your email is basically wasted. So when you use a first name in the email subject line, they're 22% more likely to open it. So you need to take advantage of that. Number two, model after other brands. If you don't want to reinvent the wheel, you want to opt in to the email newsletter or whatever list it is of the best brands in your industry. So go and do that if you haven't done it, and that will help you get an idea of what your emails should look like by finding brands that are somewhat similar to yours. You don't need to reinvent the entire template. You don't need to reinvent your own style. You need to put your spin on it. Yes, you need to use your own links, your own way of speaking to your subscribers, because you need to be unique, but the marketing style doesn't need to be something you developed from scratch. Go to the top brands in your industry, opt into their lists, and compose your own templates and your own ideas based on the things that they are doing well. Number three, segment your list. And what I mean by this is, for example, if you're getting emails from a blog and you are probably not writing about the same exact thing over and over on your blog, you probably have a few categories that are all related to your industry, and these categories might attract different people even though it's all in the same industry. So the thing is, you need to be as targeted as possible to get the most sales possible. So to do this, segment your list by collecting emails with a different free offer per blog category. Now this is just a example. If you're using a blog, obviously there's paid ads and things like that, but you need to have a very congruent offer to the type of ad, the type of category, the type of post that they're coming from. So you know one thing about them, that if they click an ad, they're interested in whatever that ad is about. You can't assume anything else. If they click on a blog post to read it, you know that they're interested in reading what that particular blog post is about. You can't assume anything else. So you should have an offer that's very congruent to that, so that you have a very targeted group of people per category, per ad, and you can send them offers, create products for them, and send targeted autoresponders based on those segmentations. So do that and you'll have much more targeted audiences and you'll get a lot better sales. Number four, use the same email with different subject lines throughout the day. Okay, so some great marketers do this. I'm not going to mention exactly who, to help with their anonymity, but you need to get the most out of every email that you write. You spend a lot of time on these emails. You want to get the most out of them. You want to get the most conversions you can without having to write a brand new email over and over and over. just to get the same message across. So what you can do is just change one thing, and that's the subject line. So I've seen some top marketers who make millions per year actually use the same exact email, and this is an example of that person who makes a lot of money just mastering marketing. And you'll see that he used the exact same email, but he changed the subject lines. In the first one it says video, how to be better in bed, and Donald Trump's NLP prowess revealed. And then the other one says the one word Trump used to win and how to be better in bed. But he just configures it a little bit differently, so it might get more clicks from certain people than others. And he sends that to people who didn't click the first email. So you don't want to spam people and send the same email more than once to the same person. What you're doing is you're trying to get the most clicks from your list with the same email by sending a different version of the subject line to people who didn't click the first email. So just keep that in mind if you want to maximize every email. Number 5, give them one call to action. So keep their attention focused. Don't make them have to decide or pick some kind of action to take, because a lot of times it'll be the action that you want the least. If you have an email that has a bunch of social media sharing options, it has a place for them to upgrade the product, it has a place for them to click on a link and go to your latest blog post, they're getting too many different actions to take. They're only going to take one action. They're not going to go somewhere and then go back to the email and then take another action. No one does that. It's too much trouble, and people's attention spans are too short. So one thing a big brand like Evernote does, they keep the email short and they have one call to action, which is Go Premium. You see the green button at the bottom, it stands out, it's easy to find, it just says Go Premium. It gives them a reason to do it and a page to go to. So they only ask for one thing, so it's very simple, it's very easy for you to figure out what they want, and it's just a great way to do a sales email. So you can learn a lot from just studying that template. Number 6, you need to measure your engagement. So if you have a service, which you probably do, like GetResponse or Aweber or Infusionsoft or something like that, you probably have analytics. You have numbers that you can study and trends that you can study that show you what's working and what's not. What emails get opened more than others? What subject lines work best than others? What emails get more clicks to your website than others? You need to always be studying these at least once a week, because if you don't know the numbers, you don't know how to build on what's working to get more sales, and you don't know how to get rid of what's not working that's holding you back. So just keep that in mind, always be looking at the numbers, because that's what great marketers do. Number 7, go mobile and make it mobile responsive. Your emails need to look good on a smartphone. They need to be easy to read, and they need to be easy to find what you're trying to get them to do. So your mobile devices are growing each year. The mobile traffic is around 50% or more now on the internet. People are using the internet on their phones almost more than computers these days. So a lot of them are checking their email on their phones as well. They even have apps where it's just nothing but email. So you need to make your emails easily readable on any device, no matter what it is. So a lot of these companies will make it responsive for you. I know GetResponse actually has a mobile preview on the side of your email while you're making it to show you what your email is going to look like on a smartphone. The thing is, it's not always 100% accurate. So you need to send a test email to yourself just to make sure the email looks right before you decide on what font size you should be using and creating your template to use for the future. Make sure you test it on your own phone and you have good mobile responsiveness on your emails. Number 8, have a short subject line. Okay, so if you want more clicks, which obviously the subject line, that's what it's for, You need to keep it short and sweet so that they can read the entire thing. If it's so long that they can't read the whole thing, it has that little dot 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 at the end, then that's a problem. Your subject line's too long. They need to see the entire message in the subject line without having to, you know, guess what the rest of it says. So MailChimp, a big email marketing company, recommends 50 characters or less, and Infusionsoft recommends 6 to 10 words. So that's about the same for both, just worded differently, but they are both big time email marketing companies that know what they're talking about, that test this stuff all the time. So keep it around that level. Okay, and this is just an example. Like it says $7 today, $47 tomorrow. That's a powerful subject line from a good email marketing company. I'm not going to mention who they are just for keeping them anonymous, but they do a great job with things like this by creating scarcity, which we can talk about in another video, but they keep it short and sweet. It's easy to tell, okay, whatever it is they're selling is $7 today, which means it's probably on sale, but then it's going back up to $47 tomorrow. So if I want whatever they're selling, I need to get it today. So then a lot of people are going to click on that email if they're even somewhat interested in what they're selling. So that's a great way to do it. It's easy to read, it's easy to get the point, and keeping your subject line short is a really good practice in email marketing. Number 9, don't be too salesy. Don't send sales emails all the time. You want to show people that you care about them, and the way to look at it is this. You're the brand, and you already know what the consumer can do for you, which is buy your product or service. That's your part of the deal. That's what your goal is. But the thing is, what are you going to give to them? What are you doing that actually benefits the consumer? Why would they buy from you? Why wouldn't they buy from someone else? Why would they buy now? Why wouldn't they buy later? Give them reasons that benefit them and help them visualize their life with your product or service and how it's really going to make it better. Don't focus on just buy now, buy now, buy now. Just make it more personal and easy for them to understand, hey, we actually care about you, we're trying to help you, we're trying to make the world a better place with our products, we're not trying to screw you over, we care about you, and we know this can make a difference that is extremely positive in your life. So show that you care and give them a reason to trust your brand, and don't just send a bunch of sales stuff. Number 10, do 80% value and 20% pitch with your emails. So this kind of goes off the last point. You want to send them a lot of things that show that you can be trusted, that show that you care, that show that your brand actually knows what it's talking about. One great way to do this is through blog posts. That's probably the most common way to give value through your email list, is to send them to your latest blog posts that cover your biggest industry topics, the biggest pain points that your subscribers probably have, things like that, to show them, hey, I know what you're going through, this is some solutions. If you really want the ultimate solution, buy it here, but only 20% should be sales emails. 80% of the time you should be doing blog posts, videos, content that helps them and doesn't ask for anything in return. Number 11, keep your email short. Just like the subject line, the email itself should also be short, because people don't want to scroll down and read a novel on their phone or computer that happens to be an email. They want it to be short and sweet and to the point, like a message. So people with short attention spans are going to expect to see probably the entire email on one screen without having to scroll at all. That's how you know it's short enough, is when you don't have to scroll up or down to read the whole email. And this is a great example. You may know who this is from, but it's about the latest blog post on this website, and it gives a few places where they can click, and it's short, it's sweet, it gets to the point, and pretty much most of these links go to the same place. So it's a great example, but keep your email short and more people will actually read it. Number 12, you can tease them a little. If you really want to get a lot of clicks, do something that's kind of generalized and doesn't really tell them exactly what's in it. So it's kind of a mystery, but at the same time, it really gets their attention and makes them want to click. So people have these cues where they feel like they have to see what's inside. If you tell them not to do something, they do it. If you tell them not to press this button that they don't know what it does, they're going to press it. It's kind of the same concept. So if you just say secret, this is super cool, it's going to be hard for them to resist clicking on that, even though it's so generalized and they don't have any idea what's inside. So you can do something like that. That's just an example, but by just kind of teasing them into what might be in the email and making them feel like they absolutely have to click it or they might miss out. Number 13, you need to be timely. That's another great way to get more clicks and more views on your emails, is to be up to date with the latest events going on, because those things are what's always going to be trending. People are always obsessed with news. People are always obsessed with holidays and big events. So keep those in mind when you're emailing. So do like for instance, all these companies do a Christmas sale, or they do like a Thanksgiving sale, or a Black Friday sale, or a Cyber Monday sale, or some other promotions on big days. They might do something for the Olympics, or they might say something related to, Valentine's Day or something. So just keep those things in mind. This can be for days of the week. This can be for times of day. Some email marketers will send, hey, are you still up? Because they'll send an email at like midnight. So it's kind of like, hey, this is cool. They actually must have just made this email. And it makes people want to click more. Number 14, ask a question. If you want more engagement, ask a question. And this is just one example of a headline that has a question in it, and it's from a health company. But when people ask you a question, you're automatically going to answer it, whether you answer it out loud, whether you actually put it in a comment, or whether you just answer it in your head. So when you ask a question, it automatically triggers something in your brain that makes you want to answer it, whether you want to actually tell people what your answer is or not. So a lot of times this can give you a slight boost in comments, people replying to your email, or doing a poll, maybe doing a survey to help you make your list better. If you want things like that and you actually want people to give their opinion on something or whatever, then ask a question in your subject line. And last but not least, time your emails right. People are going to be in different time zones, unless you're just a local business where you wouldn't have to worry about that. But if you're a nationwide business, or if you're a global business, then you're going to have a lot of people in different time zones opening your emails, maybe at night there. It might be morning where you are. So make sure that you check the option on your email service provider that allows you to send via their time zone. So instead of sending an email at 6 p.m. your time, and then it'd be 7 a.m. in their country, make sure that you send it at 6 p.m. your time and 6 p.m. their time, so that your email, a lot of these email services will take care of this for you, but some people actually screw this up by not clicking the option for this. Just make sure you do that. And when you do this, send your emails early in the morning or late in the afternoon when people are not at work. When they're not at work, they're more likely to open your emails. Okay? So if you got something from this video, if you feel like you learned something about email marketing that you can use, don't forget to like it and subscribe so I can bring you more videos like this. And if you want to add another email marketing tip that I may have left out, or just let me know what you thought about the video, don't forget to leave a comment. And if you want to contact me directly, get more in-depth blog posts on email marketing, or get some courses that you can take to really prepare yourself for getting the most out of it, you can go to selfmadesuccess.com. And other than that, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.